Yeah. Okay, that's another day, right? So, guys, before anything else, please don't forget to drop me a like, drop me a subscription. I am trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers, but that is really, really a tough hill to climb. But hey, it is what it is, right? We keep grinding until we get there. Drop a nice comment if you don't have anything nice to say. Just drop me an emoji. That will also work. But anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Before we proceed, please understand that this, my friends, is not financial advice. You are more than free to do whatever you like with your money. And so am I. And that being said, let's grab a sip of water. Yeah, water from my Kaspa Maxi mug. Everything, guys, definitely everything tastes better with Casper. Today we're about to do the same thing we do every day. First, yeah, it's not, I don't have to say it twice. You guys already know what's up, right? First, we're going to check out market performance for the past 24 hours. Right after that, we'll check out prices in details. And once we're done with that, we'll check on our positions. You guys already know my website is working. I don't have to tell you that every day. And I'm in a competition with a good friend of mine, and I will show you guys what move I made in the past 24 hours. Yeah, took some profits and did something else to try to beat him, because like, man, the battle is getting ready, is getting very, very fierce, you know. So anyways, yeah, the question's still the same for those of us who are scalping the market. Are we buying Lambos yet? Yeah, man. But before that, let me set this down. Yesterday, my hand almost fell asleep holding my mug. So yeah, I just gonna keep it there. One day I will have me a camera that can have all this on the frame, because I think I like the way it looks when you can see it on the frame. But anyways, yeah. Today is man, I like when people kind of challenge me to an argument that actually makes me put my tin hat on and start to investigate. Although most of the things I talk about, I already investigated about them and I already know what I'm talking about, right? But it was just something very, very amusing to me. We have an XRP Maxi who would who will not stop talking about XRP. Today we were having our own group meeting, right? And funny thing about it, when this whole topic showed up, I was like, okay. And he said, MMJ, I don't know why you are making that face. You know, you hold XRP. And I said, yeah, I do. I do hold XRP. And I don't hold it just because I made the research and then I bought it out of pure, the difference is how I'm holding Casper. I'm holding Casper because I truly believe Casper is the way. I truly believe that. But XRP, I don't. Seriously, I don't. And the argument I put on the table left him speechless. He didn't say anything after that. I guess the guy was reconsidering again if he wants to hold XRP for the next 20 years or not. But hey, that's something I'm about to talk about here today. And maybe like I said on my other video, when I do a video like this, please go and do your research and try to compare and contrast everything I'm talking about, if it is true or if it is not. Okay, don't just go based off what I'm doing, because me, that's me. You guys already know MMJ. I do not co-sign anything that will make me lose money. To hell with that. Okay, so the story of how I got XRP is already out there. You guys already know. I was a big green candle chaser. I mean, my level of candle chasing, my level of green candle chasing, I don't think any of you has ever got to that. Okay, I never looked. I never looked at the coin. All I want to hear was the price. As long as you told me it was going to do that, I was in. I never did a research, never even looked at it if it was possible to do what they are saying it was going to do. But as time went by, I started doing that. Most of the green candle chasing days, I made good calls. Okay, I caught some good trades. Like I said, all I heard about XRP to $500. That's all I heard. I never looked into it. And 13 cents, that's when I got in, 13, 14 cents. To $500, holy crap. I started dreaming about Lambos. I bought 30,000 XRPs and I still hold them till today. I still hold them because last year I was going to get rid of them. You guys already know. If you've been a follower of my channel, you already know because I told you I was going to do it. But the market did a switcheroo on all of us. Yeah. The market, they did a switcheroo on all of us. We didn't get an all season, and here I am stuck with them. Not stuck, because I'm still in profit. I bought at 14 cents, and like I've said here so many times, as soon as XRP hits that $4 $5 range, I'm out of there. And I don't, it is very, very hard for it to do it now, because with Kaspa coming up and with there's a lot of competition in the market now in that niche, that is a very, very big problem. So anytime the run happens, if it starts to go up, I'll make a decision, I'll get rid of it. So we started this conversation and I said, first of all, you have to understand something. The trading volume you're looking at with XRP, that's where I usually start. If you guys remember, when I tell you do your research, you got to start with trading volume, right? You got to start with the supply and all that stuff. Okay. You're like, well, what do you have to say about that? First, the supply. The supply you're looking at when it comes to XRP is not true. It's not. And I've said here, like, okay, they say in that escrow, they do have an amount that they burn or they release or they sell. I don't know what term to use. They sell 1 billion of it every month, right? Since 2017. If you put those numbers together, I think that escrow should have been empty by now. That's what I think. It should have been empty. But no matter how much I try to wrap my head around it, it doesn't make any sense that it's still 35 billion XRP coins in that escrow. It does not add up, no matter how you try. So either they're lying to us, or they're showing you something else, or through my instinct, I think they are easily selling, exiting, using you as the exit liquidity. They are easy exiting out slowly while you're still holding the bag with the promise of, oh yeah, XRP to $10. That is what I think on that one. So the supply, when I look at it, and I told him, I said, pay attention to it. Not just me, okay? Just go look. The only reason why the Ripple Lab exists is to sell XRP. That's what it is. There's not they don't have validators, they don't have rewards, they don't do none of that, because according to them, they burn the transactions fees. And that should have made XRP deflationary, right? But go look at the supply last year and look at it this year. Did it go down? That's part number one. So we argued about it, and I said, okay, that's my first point on that. You start to look again the transaction volume, because he was like, yeah, sometimes we get all this amount of XRP. And I said, dude, transaction volume on a coin like XRP and so many others, if you can now use that as a point, as a base for your argument. Because we know in 2024/2025, the FBI conducted a sting operation. I don't know if you guys, if you've been in the crypto market a lot, you probably heard about it, in which they created a fake token, a fake Bitcoin, and somebody told them, you know what, how it worked. That's how I first learned how this transaction volume stuff work. Okay, they have bots, they have fake account, like one account does sends Bitcoin, sends by the same account. Okay, doing that with different bots, and that increases the volume as if the volume was actually going up when organically it's not working. Perfect example. Okay, perfect example. Yesterday, did you look at the funding rates? Go look at it. You're going to see that with the volume that transpired yesterday, there were not much volume on spot trading for a coin like Bitcoin, for example. there was no high volume, right? But you go look at leverage, there was a lot of volume. And again, you're going to go look at things like ETFs, they are offloading. But when you go look at on CoinGecko, for example, it is showing you that the transaction volume was high. Did you get it? So they use that, plus they use fake accounts and fake stuff like that to manipulate the market performance. So, and I was telling him, not me, I'm not just, I just stumbled onto it while I was researching these things, okay, a couple of years ago. That's another thing that made me not to be so bullish on XRP. It made me like, oh my goodness. So this is what's happening. The file is there. You can go look at XRP. The FBI arrested a lot of people for inflating and faking the transaction volumes on many coins, XRP included. They did. These people got in jail and still in there for it today. And I said, that is one aspect that you and I, we cannot control. Okay? But if you go to the real life aspect, in which I keep telling you guys, for me, your money is on utility coins. Now, on real life, what competition does XRP has right now? XLM, XDC, Stellar Lumen, Kaspa, Ethereum, all that stuff is right there. Right? Now, you start to compare them all together one by one against XRP. If you compare XRP with Kaspa, there is not even comparison. XRP is worthless compared to Kaspa because speed, you can't even try, right? Warp Core, they did a comparison. The whole news is even out there. Number of transactions, Kaspa leaves XRP in the dust. No matter how much what angle you try to look at it, it leaves it in the dust. But okay, let's just say like you guys are talking about adoption. Okay, point number one. You think a whole financial institution is going to trust XRP with all their money? You really think so? if you think that's going to happen, man, you must be actually smoking some kind of weed from probably Jupiter or Mars if you think that's going to happen. Because when you look at it, okay, why do you think the SWIFT system, instead of, joining with Stellar Lumen or joining with all these coins, although, of course, we heard it every time, oh, SWIFT system is going to be joining with this, is going to be joining with that, which I kept telling you on this channel, all that is bullshit. It's not going to happen. I think at the end of the day, SWIFT system, they are going to have their own stable coin, which they're going to use, and then they're going to probably choose what chain they want to use as rails for moving that money around. They are not going to trust anybody with their shit. So you see XRP people that tell you, ODL is going to be here, ODL is going to do this. And again, like I was telling him, I said, when Solana came out, okay, Crashlandia, with that merchant, I forgot what it was calling it, the salt play or something like that they was doing, in which Solana was they were trying to use it for merchandise. You can go and pay with your Solana stores and all stuff like that. I said, XRP has been out for years before Solana. If XRP was going to be used as the money, how come they're not doing it? How come? Right? And I said that's point number one. The ODL, everybody's throwing on your face. ODL here, and then the SWIFT system, bank to bank, because banks are doing this and that. And I'm looking at them going, you have to really, really be something wrong up there. Something very, very wrong. Because XRP, Brad Garlinghouse himself, the CEO, he came, I do remember one interview that he gave. And he said, XRP is worth nothing without a stable coin. Right? Do you guys do remember that interview? And I said, oh shit. So they came out with something stable coin that was starting with R. Right? They came out with that. And I said, you see, it has started to unveil itself. Another thing, again, you start to look at it, everybody and their grandmom is having upgrades, right? Because they know Kaspa is coming. And Kaspa is not something that is coming in slow. Kaspa is coming very, very strong. Everybody and their grandmom is trying to change their shoes, their t-shirts, maybe their glasses or whatever to look more, masculine. But XRP, what was the last upgrade for XRP? What was it? So I said, you have to really look, guys. It's not me just trying to tell you that Kaspa is the best, because for me, Kaspa is better than Bitcoin itself. And I'm not just saying it, I prove it. I show you the facts about what is going on. So if you look at it, adoption, XRP has not been adopted like they're telling you. Like they're telling you, oh, every bank now, Bank of Japan, Bank of this, Bank of that, they're doing this and that. And I look at it. Do you know how much money the Bank of Japan moves in 24 hours? Do you know how much money they move? Now, compare that with the 24 hours XRP volume. Even though probably 50% of it or more than 50% of it is fake, still does not account for the Bank of Japan volume. But look at it. It's not just me talking. So you have to start understanding people are only using you. Okay, I'm not that kind of person. Hey, I would like XRP to go to $10 today, but the math does not add up. It does not make any sense for XRP to hit $10. It doesn't. So those of you who are still around thinking XRP is going to do this, XRP is going to do that, guys, I'm sorry to break it to you. It doesn't look like that. Much more when we have Kaspa coming out to be programmable money. When we have things like Worldcore, which was tested against that same XRP and left it in the dust. When we have things like Kaspa coming out, not to try to reinvent the wheel, but to make the wheel rotate better. You understand? XRP people are going to tell you, yeah, we're only going to use the XRP ledger for everything. And in comparison, and I have been here telling you every day I can, look at the quant of a ledger. XRP depends on quant of a ledger. It depends on it. So how do you think that XRP is going to get to $10? Adoption is not there. That's number one. Number two, an ecosystem. Show me an XRP ecosystem and let's debate on it. XRP ecosystem is just a make-believe. I'm telling you guys, it's a make-believe. And what they do, they try to lobby here, lobby there, and see. It's like you shake the stones and see what kind of snakes run out of it. Okay, you see what kind of snakes run out of it. What happened when Trump issues was talking about the reserves asset and all that stuff? You think that XRP being that valuable, it would not be in that pile? You think so? So it is something that most people are not paying attention until it's going to be too late, until a lot of people will be jumping bridges. And that's why I tried to say, like, he was like, well, why are you holding it then? I said, dude, I am already making my money out of it. Where is XRP? Above $1, $2? I don't even know. I bought it at 14 cents. I am already up. I don't care unless if it goes back down to 14 cents. But until then, I know for sure people like him, they will still line up in the file believing that XRP is going to go to $10. And as soon as they believe that, they hype, they're going to push. That's why I still think XRP probably $3 to $4, whatever. And I will get out of it. That, my friend, is still a miracle for me, for it to get to that $4. Because right now, those of them upgrading, especially King Kaspa, why do I need to use XRP when Worldcore can do that job faster, secure, and even better? Why do I need to do that? I don't, because again, Kaspa is not, it's not going to tell you, know what, you want to do this, you have to be using Kaspa for that. No. Kaspa is just going to be the rails to move. Whatever stable coins you have, you put it on Kaspa and it's good to go. But XRP is telling people, no, you have to use the Ripple stable coin on Ripple to do your transactions. How much does it cost? There you go. How secure is it? There you go. Because I just showed you, I just told you. They manufacture those transaction volumes. And on top of that, you do have that 1 billion that they dump in the market so often, which again, it would dilute the market cap as they keep on dumping, right? So he came out and said, well, what about transaction volume getting dumped? And I said, okay. He said transaction fee is getting burnt, sorry. And I said, okay, let me give you a pretty good example. Okay. You have a bucket that I'm filling with, let's say, a maxi mug. I'm filling up. Okay. So for every cup of water that I throw in, you take out 5 drops of water. That's exactly. I was like, okay, is that bucket gonna get filled faster than it gets empty, or is it gonna get empty faster than I feel it? Which one will happen first? And he said, well, you can't be saying that. I said, yeah, that's exactly the analogy. I'm dumping in 1 billion XRP coins every month, right? I think that's what they're doing. What's the transaction volume for XRP monthly? You see? So they will dilute your pocket before you can even take out. And that's why I said, for me, if XRP gets to $4, the next upcoming run, whenever it comes, or even less than that, because right now, the last bull run taught me a lot of things. I was looking at bull run differently, but last one, I learned a lot out of it. I was able to short the market on some coins, but I wanted to short the living Jesus out of Bitcoin, but that didn't happen because a lot of things happen, and those put me in alert on many coins. Okay, so for me, if XRP gets to $4, it will be a miracle, but once it gets there, or depends on what the market says, I was going to get out. So, and I told him, you see the analogy I gave you, right? That bucket will get full faster than you can take 10 drops out of it faster, right? So you start looking at it, and a couple of days ago, yeah, market did what it did. XRP ran. Yeah, but for how much? How much did it run? So you understand it, right? Look at how much they sold, because the month ended and they flooded $1 billion of selling. So you that is not even holding 100,000, or let's say 10,000 XRP, versus them selling $1 billion, and you saw what happened to the price, right? So who is the idiot in that equation? Like I said, you have to understand, if it would have been a picture perfect if we had, for example, let's just say there was no competition, like when it started. When it all started, if there was no competition, just XRP doing this, then yes, you have a chance of making money out of it. But look at how difficult it is right now for it to move. Okay, the only catalyst they had last run was the lawsuit. As soon as the SEC dropped it, price run. Now tell me what else is going to make XRP run. You tell me. Kaspa on the other side, we do have the upgrade coming. We do have an ecosystem building. We do have the banking system, and not just 2 or 3 banks. A bunch of them that tested WorkCore. I'm telling you, like, okay, once that gate gets open, we in. We have projects that have come out. Like they say, you know, I am going to switch to Kaspa. Once Kaspa becomes programmable, we have programmable money. We have stores that are using Kaspa's money. That's why I keep saying Kaspa is the real Bitcoin, by the way. So there are so many things happening in Kaspa's wake, versus when you look at XRP's side, in which you look at it and be like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. People keep saying, yeah, Kaspa has competition. I just keep laughing about it, because you know what? Right now, I cannot make so much noise about it, because first of all, the ecosystem is not there. Once we get an ecosystem like this June, okay, then it will start to make sense. When I say Kaspa has no competition, it will start to make sense. Like developers, a bunch of them I talk to, everybody keeps telling me like, man, on paper, it looks good. Once it goes live, let's see. Because if it does exactly what they're saying it's going to do on paper, I'm out. I'm out of BNB. I'm out of Solana. I'm out of the dying one. I'm out of whatever I'm going to build on Kaspa. That's what's happening. XRP cannot tell you the same. They can't. It's just like you're looking at it and you're going, oh my God, what the hell are you people looking at? Open your eyes. What the heck are you guys looking at? Okay, you have now the Clarity Act made things even worse. That's what it is. They made things even worse because right now we thought, me personally, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, if let's say exchanges offer yield, right? They offer yield and you're making money with it. Projects like XRP, you know how if you go to Uphold or whatever, they tell you stake your XRP for whatever percentage, right? That would have probably increased the demand for XRP. But with the Clarity Act coming, those kind of yields are going to be with a big question mark on them. Okay, that's that. So you look at that and you go like, okay, there will not be no demand with that. How is XRP gonna make money? Because again, XRP has no ecosystem. You can go look whatever they're showing you on paper. I've been trying to go online and trying to find it. It is not there. They will show you all these charts and everything, all these diagrams and blah blah. But I try to go to actually look for it. It's not there. It's not. Like 90% of the shit they're talking about is not there. Compared to its, I will say, superior competition, let's just say you don't believe in Kaspa. Quant, for example. Compared to Quant. Demand is already there. Because the quant of a ledger is not telling people, oh, I'll have a special stable coins which you have to use. Quant is connecting. So the demand is there because we're going to see in the next 5 to 10 years, okay, before people actually realize that XRP is not what I'm looking for, before people realize that Kaspa is actually the best thing than any of them, we're going to have people using Link, you're going to have people using Stellar Lumen, XDC, whatever you call them. So if I'm using Kaspa and you are using Chainlink, how can we do business together? So Quant has that special demand, like people, you know what, connected with the Quant of a ledger, and then we can do business, right? If that is not even enough, the quant fusion is something that just is going to blow up people's mind. So yeah, if you compare that with XRP, you start like really scratching your head like, okay, I think we're up to something here. You start looking at it, and I'm telling you, it's not just me saying it. I would just love you to sit there sometimes, because it's not a question of me just blabbing about it. I would love you to go look at it. Look, the supply, the trading volume, the ecosystem, who holds what and why. You go look at it. They are using you to exit. That's what they're doing. I told you, anything that will cause you to lose money, I am not going to co-sign that. So when we were talking about it today, I told him, he kept quiet. He didn't talk anymore. Like I said, you think about it clearly. Does it make sense? You think something like the SWIFT system that moves $150 trillion every year, they are going to hand their operation to Ripple Labs. You think that makes any sense? Or they're going to create their own stable coin and find rails that run better. If you ask me, I think Kaspa is going to be the one they're going to choose. But hey, let's watch and see. Because again, if you compare the security, the speed, scalability, and everything, Kaspa is standing at the top of all of it, not XRP. Not XRP. Not that. So, but hey, it's up to you, right? So I just felt like I will get it out of my chest, because some people look at, those of you who saw my portfolio, you look at it and yeah, you got 30,000 XRP. Yeah, I got 30,000 and I stopped buying it as soon as I learned the truth. Now I'm trying to exit. I'm waiting for you guys to line up to believe that it is going to $500, though you can put it at $4 or $3, whatever it goes, and I can get the hell out of it as fast as I can. That's what I'm doing. Instead, I'm piling on Kaspa. Every 2 weeks I buy Kaspa because I believe Kaspa is the real Bitcoin, and that Kaspa is the only thing that short term it's going to make me a lot of money. Long term, it's going to make me a multi-millionaire. I've been saying it here, and it sounds like a broken radio, but people are going to jump that bridge very, very soon, and you will see. Anyways, let's go look at the market. Let's see how the market has been performing for the past 24 hours. Okay, so we're gonna go look at our good friend Crypto Bubbles. What do we have here? See? What we got here, everybody, their grandmama, they keep, oh yeah, we're going, this and that. And I keep looking at it like, guys, I will keep maintaining it. And I kept saying it even when Bitcoin was going up. Guys, the potential for Bitcoin to visit 65K, the first top, 72K. If we can hold that, it will probably bounce up. If not, the higher potential of 65K is still there, even 50K to what you call it, 38,000. Some people say 30,000. I don't think we're going down to 30,000, but hey, I like to watch the market, see what will happen. But anyways, we start first with King Kaspa, KAS, and we do have here for the past hour 0.2% up, 0.3% down on the 4-hourly, 2.9% down on the day, 11.5% down on the week, 2.9% down on the month, and we also have on the yearly sitting at 68.8% on the yearly down. Like I told you, right? It's not time for it to run. It's well, you guys are about to see, but it's not time yet. I'm still looking at entry points in which, because I'm trying to open my legendary trades. But I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I know exactly that if Bitcoin start to drop to these levels, I think it's going to go in the upcoming few days or week. Yeah, it's going to drive Kaspa down. So yeah, let's just watch and see. But anyways, sitting at the market cap of $924.9 million and the 24 hours volume traded at $11 million. Okay, now we go look at QNT, the banker's coin, and the coin a lot of people love to hate. What do we have here? For the past hour, 0.2% up. We have laying flat on the 4-hourly, 3.6% down on the day, 0.1% down on the week, 0.8% up in the month, and 21.4%, excuse me, this is distracting, and 21.4% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $1.1 billion and the 24 hours volume traded at $9.7 million. Just like I told you guys, right? It wasn't a go time yet. See, the chart is still going down. Okay, you can, excuse me, let me change this. You can look at it. Chart is still going downwards, right? It's still not there yet. And the worst part of it all, when I look at it, is that this, and this, yeah, that is not a good sign you want to look at. But anyways, yeah, let's watch and see what will happen to Quant. I still think Quant can still visit the lows, like $50 or probably 40 something dollars before it takes off. But anyways, let's watch and see. Next one is going to be Cubic. High risk, high reward, right? On Cubic, let's see what's going on in that camp. For the past hour, 0.4% up, 0.4% down in the 4-hourly, 2.8% down on the day, 9.9% down on the week, 30.5% down on the month, 59.3% down on the year, sitting at the market cap of $74.5 million and the 24 hours volume traded at $1.6 million. Okay, now we look at the next one, which is going to be Jasmine, the Japanese Bitcoin. Okay, let's see what she's saying. Although you guys already know if Bitcoin is not doing good, Jasmine is not going to do good neither. For the past hour, we have 0.8% down, 1.5% up on the 4-hourly, 1% down on the day, 17.6% down on the week, 0.3% up on the month, and 68.2% down on the year. The same picture you can see right there, right? It doesn't it doesn't hide. Okay, sitting at a market cap of $279.1 million and a 24 hours volume traded at $14.5 million. Now we go look at Jonathan's pet turtle, which he calls Bitcoin, and I call the orange guy. Okay, let's see. For the past hour, it is up 0.2% up, laying flat on the 4-hourly, 0.2% down on the day, 4.4% down on the week, 3.2% up on the month, and 27.1% down on the year, sitting at a market cap of $1.5 trillion and a 24 hours volume traded at $29.1 billion. Okay, so when you start to look at this stuff, you start to understand what's happening here. A lot of people have said it here, the AI bubble's closed. People don't believe it, okay? In the few weeks, we have two of the biggest IPOs happening. And you can see that people have started to make moves. People gonna take money from stock market, they're gonna take money from Bitcoin, and whatever they can find it. Unfortunately, once they start de-risking from Bitcoin, because everybody, remember when I told you, King Kaspa, Quant, Jasmine, Cash, that Cash part is about to make a lot of sense, because now we have the two major ones are OpenAI. OpenAI is going live, is going public, and we do have our good friend Elon Musk, Muskicious. He is going to with his 1 point something trillion IPO. What do you think will happen? People are going to sell to try to get into those things. And unfortunately, we already know how Bitcoin acts. If Bitcoin start to drop, everybody and their grandmama, including mine, will start selling whatever they have because, oh my goodness, the sky is on fire, right? So that's what I'm telling you. Right now, I've been making money with Bitcoin, shorting it, just copying it because the signs are there. I'm about to show you guys in a minute. You guys already know what we did, me and my friend. We got in a competition starting with $90 to see who can make more money out of it. I showed you guys yesterday, I was like, what, 4 grand or something like that. I took profit, put it on a save. There is we have these 2 wallets in which we put our profits, and each of us can see it, right? That way you don't cheat. So that's what is happening. I took partial profits, put there. The rest I have, closed them, all the trades, reopen them up again. I am still on the same thing. I'm about to show you guys. It's still at 144x. Okay, but anyways, yeah, now let's go look at that. But before we do that, you guys already know, okay, let's go look at how the price is doing in details. Let's look at it. Let's see here, trading view, for example. And what do we have? See, there's the stock market. I usually use the SPX, right, as to show me what the stock market is doing. Yeah, still stuck at that 73 because again, Trumpicious still wants to throw stones. Like I told you guys, he's going to resume throwing stones. So stock market is still right there, not running, not dumping, it's just right there. Dixie going down, Bitcoin going down. That is not a situation we want to watch. We want to see them go in the opposite directions, right? You don't want them going in the same direction. This can lead to probably a big dump coming or something like that. But anyways, now when we go here, I don't want to see Bitcoin. I want to see King Kaspa. Let's see KAS right there, Kaspa. Okay, we are still exactly where we left. You remember I told you guys it's supposed to come back down and retest that support, right? It's supposed to do, and that's what Kaspa is doing right now, testing that support. But if Bitcoin dumps, unfortunately Kaspa is gonna dump too. So yeah, you see it right there, MACD ends a big sell signal right there. I told you guys, even you saw the ribbon trying to curve, it wasn't strong enough. It wasn't it. See that? It tried to go up, now it's coming back down. Moving average downwards. So yeah, everything still looks bearish, not just for Kaspa, but for the entire market. Now, if you look at it on the 4-hourly, you will see the same thing. I said it. It broke out, that was good, but we need a retest. Remember, we haven't retest yet. It is almost there to retest, just hanging above it. But the bad news about this is that it is a bear flag, okay? Come on. Where is this? It is a bear flag. See? It comes here. 70% of the time or 80%, this continues down. Other than before it even goes up. So yeah, that is a bear flag. You've got to look at it. You got to be very careful. And if that wasn't even enough, look at MACD. We have a sell signal right there. See it? and MACD has flipped bearish. So things are not looking as bullish as everybody's telling you. If you look at it on the daily, let's see what we got on the daily. Same thing. There's not much difference. See, there's a sell signals right there. MACD being bearish, moving average down, ribbon has started to curve, and yeah, we need to retest this. And right now it is a bear flag. That's what it's forming. So that's why I say, for me, when I look at it, anything under 10 cents is nothing but noise. You look at that, the weekly started red already. Anything under 10 cents, nothing but noise. Above that, we do have 15 cents. We conquered that, we'll be looking at 18 cents, and then all-time high, and before you know it, price discovery. So yeah, scalp the market, make your money, but do not go over there and sell your kidney. It's not time yet, okay? Anyways, now we go look at our next friend, which is QNT. Those are the coins that I pay attention to when I do a TA, because those two will tell you exactly what the entire market is up to. You remember when we first got into it, I told you guys, be careful, because Quant was not getting time to run yet. And Quant right now, like I told you guys a couple of minutes ago, shoulder, head, and is forming the second shoulder. See this resistance? You see that, right? Let me try to push it this way so you can see. See that? This support. Seen it? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Once we break this, we're going way down. I'm telling you, it is going to drop way down. But anyways, it is up to you, right? It's up to you to look at and decide whatever you want to do with that. Ribbon still facing downwards, dropping at high speed. Now we are below the moving average. Okay, so yeah, that does not look good, because again, you see what happened? We broke, came back, retest, and down we kept going. Like I usually say, Quant usually give you an example of what the market is going to do. If you look at Kaspa right now, this is the move that Kaspa is doing, right? And look at what Quant did, down. So you better pay attention to it. Now, if you look at it on the 4-hourly, let's see, nothing changed. It is still the same thing. Nothing has changed at all. We still have the potential of Quant dropping. Look at the ribbon. It is about to turn red. It is green, but it's facing downwards. We have a big sell signal right there. MACD looking bearish, price coming down. So again, it is not time for you to go on the kumbaya out there. If you try to look at it on the daily, yeah, still the same thing. See, sideways movement, that's what is happening right now. So for me, it is not time yet. If you look at it on the weekly, still the same thing. Nothing much has changed. So if you're trading it, scalping it, that's great. But anything under $125 is nothing but noise. Above that, we do have 151, then 176. And before you know it, we'll be looking at 230, then all-time high, and being followed by price discovery. So you have to really be patient. These things happen. These things take time. One thing I've always thought about here on this channel, patience. If you are patient, you will make a lot of money. You guys, one of you guys asked me the other day, was saying, how did I turn 3K, like the trades I have open now, how did I go from 3K to over $80,000? Patience. I scalp the market. Price goes, close, I wait for the opportunity, open another trade, down. The same thing I'm doing right now with my friend, because that's what actually sparked that debate. And actually it's like, yeah, you have money and you probably want to use it. And I said, no, I'm not going to use it. You know what? $90. I'm going to start with $90, and I'm going to see if I can turn that $90 into a 30 or 40 or maybe $100,000. Let's see if it's going to work. So he's like, well, if I lose, all I got to lose is $90, right? So that's what we're doing right now. And you guys already seen, I've gone from $90 to over $3,000, take profit. Now I have over $1,000, which I open positions again with, okay? Try to grow it. But anyways, now let's go look at how those trades are doing. Like I said, like I always say, please, I do not condone leverage trading, okay? Leverage is the easiest way you can use to lose your money. Please stay with spot trading. You buy your coins, you hold them until the price goes up, you sell. You do. That's the easiest way. But if you still want to try leverage trading, my friends, Down below, I do have the links. Bydfi, Phemex, Margex, and Wix exchange. Okay, I'm using Wix right now. I like their fees and stuff. But follow those links, meet their deposit requirements. Once you do, they are going to give you free money. You get the free money, take your original money out and use just $20. If you can turn $20 into 40, 40 into 50, 50 into 100, 100 into whatever, okay, not once, but 3, 4, 5 times, then you are ready. You can start using a bigger amount, more than $20. If you still cannot do it, you have two options. The first option I usually tell everybody is leave it alone and go trade on spot. Okay? Second option is keep practicing with $20. Don't go with 50x. No, start with 1x. It's not going to make too much, but it's going to help you understand what you're doing. Go with 1 or 2x with the $20. Okay? All you want to see is profit go up and down. Okay? Or maybe 5x, something like that. Okay? And also down below, I also have the links to Acorn. Acorn, as you guys already know, they don't teach children about finances in school. I'm trying to make sure my children know exactly what they're doing. So I'm teaching my son finances using Acorn, trading on stock market, trading on US bonds and treasuries. That's what we are doing with Acorn. That link is down below there. Follow the link, sign up, and they will give you $5 worth of stock. It's not a big deal, but it's a good way to start your investment journey. Okay, like I said, hands open and full disclosure. If I get enough people to sign up using that link, I get a price. That price, I split it into half. Half of it I will keep. The other half I will use for a raffle for you guys to see if we have a winner or not. Okay, anyways, now let's go look at those positions. Like I told you guys what I did, as you guys can see, I took the first profits out, and it was what? I was $3,000 or $4,000. I took profits out and I reinvested the other ones again. As you guys can see, I'm still up like $1,300. What I did, I opened 3 Bitcoin trades. Okay, a lot of people say I'm crazy about it, but that's me. All 3 of them, they are at the 144x. You can see here 144x trade. Okay, the next one you can see right there, 144x right there, and you can even see the last but not the least is also 144x, all of them. Okay, that's what I did. So I'm trying to capitalize because, like I said, I believe Bitcoin is looking at $72,000, maybe 72 or even $70,000 if things play my way. So yeah, you can see this one is up $113 in profit. This one is up $89 in profit. This one is up $121 in profit. So if you look just one of them, let me just take one for example. This one, if Bitcoin if I have all the stars aligning the way that I think they're going to align, and Bitcoin goes to $72,000, come on, I will be taking home $3,400 with this one. And that will put me one step closer to winning the competition. Again, if you look at that, let's say, because like I said, $70,000 if we did not hold at that 72, and that will keep me at 4,700. Now if 70,000 doesn't hold, we are looking at $65,000, which will put me at $8,000 in total profit on this trade. And if that doesn't hold, we are looking at $48,000, and that will put me at $19,000 in total profit on this one. And if that doesn't hold, I think 37 will be the line on the sand for Bitcoin. And if that happens, I'll be taking home $27,000 with this trade. That is if I don't close it and reopen again. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So like I said, total transparency. You guys can see I don't hide anything. I do everything right on camera with you guys. Okay, now let's go look at my son's Acorns account. Let's see how he's been doing on that one. Let's get in there. Excuse me for a second. Okay, now it gets in there. And today is sitting at 1,357. Like I said, the market is not doing pretty good, but yeah, he's hanging in there. I'm proud of my of my kid. He's really, like they usually say, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So today he's still up 6.92%. If you look at the stocks, On his S&P 500, he's still up $699, $639, sorry. Medium companies, $85. We do have small companies sitting at $56. International companies sitting at $310. Now, the two bonds, we do have ISTB, which are short-term bonds, sitting at $83, and the U.S. aggregate bonds sitting at $182. What he wants to do, he wants to add gold and silver. But the funny thing, like I always say, like I told him, I said, listen, bro, gold and silver right now is not the time you want to hedge into them, because gold and silver, they do have this long-term bear market that is about to kick in. I'm trying to teach him how to play the options on it, because yeah, I'm going to play options on gold, trying to short it, because I know once this IPO crazy starts, everything will start to go down. It's just like Miro in 2008 again. That's what's happening. But hey, that's at least that's a little lesson between me and my little champ. So yeah, it's another win-win moment for you guys, if those of you who want to take it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe. I am trying to make it to 5,000 subscribers, okay? Please don't forget to drop me a nice like. It takes you a second. Just click the like, not too much, okay? Also, don't forget to drop a nice comment. If you don't have anything nice to say, drop me an emoji. That will also work, okay? So that, like I said, you never know who reads these comments, and it encourages not just me, but a bunch of people. And also, don't forget to share, okay? So that other millionaire-minded attitude like you and yours truly can see these videos. I'm trying to hit it to 5,000 subscribers, but it's been a tough one. Hopefully one day I will wake up and I have 1 million subscribers. Who knows, right? Until I see you in my next one, my friends, please, please take very good care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.